to his crime in his statement.
Okay, that's backwards. If you're admitting to your crime in a statement, then why are you trying to sue?
But he's still trying to sue for like $3.5 million
Because that person brought it up.
because that person reported the news.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? All right.
What's going on?
So that person reported, hey, me and this person had this conversation, and had a recording of it. Did he have a recording of it?
He was in the interview.
Okay, so it was recorded though.
Yeah.
So basically, he reported that that's this situation. He had this conversation with this person.
And
Now
he
that
admitted it in the interview and in the statement.
so now this person is suing, and in the statement he admitted to doing that.
And now he's going to get charged with rape of a minor.
So because you admitted 3 ways,
Yeah.
you admitted on tape, you
And
admitted it,
video evidence of him.
and you have video, yeah.
This person.
So in that type of situation, that person need to get prosecuted. That person need to be prosecuted. You're right. That's being a dumbass.
But he's been like, people have been claiming for years.
Right.
And then there's finally video evidence.
And also too,
Now
and-
he's admitted it too.
and also too, I don't like blaming nobody, but also too, in certain situations you have to also blame the woman. Because
These girls knew they were doing something wrong.
how are you
Talking to a 30-year-old.
how were you raised? You weren't raised to be that way. Or you get mad at your parents and say, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go over here and do this. Then all of a sudden now it's an issue.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you know, people, we as a person, I try, when I talk, I like to generalize. I don't say man, woman, gay, whoever. I'll say we as people. We're given common sense. We're raised and we're taught certain things. If you go against that, then whose fault is it? Who's real? At the end of the day, whose fault is it? It's yours. It's both parties, really, because that party enticed you with certain things, and you accepted it.
Yeah.
So, which you should say, no, you know what? No, I can't go down like that.
They're so cute.
And at the end of the day, money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of it a lot of times, because somebody need their rent paid. Somebody need their bills paid. So me being a celebrity with the money, okay, I'll pay your rent. And now I hold that against you. Now guess what? You feel obligated because I'm paying your rent. So you start to do things that you normally wouldn't do. It shouldn't be like that, but that's how society is. And then not realizing, okay, this person's doing something to me I shouldn't be doing. But you kind of back off of it until somebody brings it out to public. Now all of a sudden, you want to speak up when you should have been doing that all along. You know, so we're so brainwashed and so caught up with being. First of all, if I'm accusing somebody of something, I'm not going to be in front of no damn camera telling my story. I'm not going to have Gloria Allred sitting next to me telling my story, because one, anything you say, guess what? You got to be careful when you get in front of a camera. You got to be careful what you say. Because now, guess what? If you say the wrong thing, that their person's lawyer is going to dissect that interview and go, you say something, I got him.
So if you pause too.
Right. Got him.
Hey, sir, we're pretty good. We're fundraising for the coronavirus to help out with gloves and masks for elderly. I'm sorry?
We're looking for a donation.
Donation para coronavirus y niños. Okay, no worries.
Have a good day.
So you have to be careful when you get in front of a camera
Hey, sir.
and giving an interview.
We're doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus to help out the elderly and children with masks and gloves. How can we help out with your donation today? Okay, no worries, man. You have a nice day.
So you got to be careful when you do that. If
That's why if you ever get pulled over, just don't say anything.
right.
So, no, you have the right. A lot of police are like, no, you have to tell us. This is an investigation. No, the real investigation.
The trick
The real
is to say
investigation.
it before they read you your rights.
Right.
Well, no.
They can't possibly.
The difference is, no, they can still talk to you. After they read you your rights, you can.
If you did do a crime, confess to it.
Hey, miss, where you go? We're doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus to help out families in need with gloves and masks. You know, help us out with the donations there.
Hi, Miss. We're
Okay.
registering a
Thank you.
fundraiser to help struggling families in quarantine cities and essential items.
Sorry.
No problem. Stay safe. Have a good day.
No, but if they accuse you of like not. Hey sir, real quick before you go, we're just doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus. Help out families and all you have on it. Okay, no worries. No. If the police ever accuse you of like, no, this is an investigation, you have to tell me.
You don't have
This
to.
no, this is not the real investigation. The real investigation will be at the police station.
Well, yeah,
Right.
You still don't have to say anything.
Right.
Even then, yeah, even then you don't have to say anything.
Or if you do say anything, what makes me a part of the investigation? See, you can answer that question.
Yeah.
What makes me a part of the investigation? And then, like you said, the investigation is conducted at a police station.
Here's
Are
the
you?
problem. Anything, like they said, anything can and may. It's not can. It
It
is.
will.
Right.
Oh, it
Because
will.
listen,
I studied law.
you can say one thing and it can mess up your life. You'd be like, where were you? I was just at the CVS. If there was a murder at the CVS, it's you. It's already you. Like,
Just like since
You're in the headline.
the show First 48, I've been watching it since day one.
Oh, yeah.
And when you look at that show, it's like what he's saying. As soon as I ask the first question, first thing out of your mouth is, give me a lawyer. I'm not talking to you.
yeah, you can do
That's the
that.
very first thing you should say. Give me a
I
lawyer.
never asked for a lawyer.
I think out of the years since I've been watching that show, I've heard maybe a handful of, let me read you your rights first.
Yeah, no worries.
Hi, sir, real quick. We're just doing a fundraiser to help out struggling families. Have a good day.
Hello, welcome. Hey, sir. Real quick before you go, we're doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus. Oh, yeah, just a quick donation. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
So yeah, I've heard a handful of them read.
Hey guys, real quick, we're just doing a fundraiser to help out struggling families in quarantine cities. Have a good day. Hi, sir. Real quick, we're just doing a fundraiser. Have a good day.
So yeah, I've only heard a handful of them cops really read them their rights. You know,
You know, there is a specific extent where police can go beyond your rights.
Hi, sir. Real quick,
Like,
we're just doing
like
a
so,
fundraiser
so
to
you
help
can
out
say I plead the
Have a
fifth.
good day.
They can still talk to you. They can technically
Right.
still talk to you.
cause yeah,
You just don't have to answer.
Right.
To help out struggling families from the quarantine cities. Have a good day.
But yeah,
But-
so
but-
like, because I've seen so many times where like I plead the fifth, and they keep talking to him, and then the guy is stupid enough to say something, and then
like then I've been watching Live PD since they've been had that on, and then I see the cops go, "Do you have a gun in your car?" And the guys,
it's an excuse to search the car.
right, and they go, instead of them saying, "You know what? No," or "No, why you haven't," instead of just ignoring it or doing something else, it's like they don't know, they forget their rights.
Well, here's the problem. If you did forget that you have a gun in the car, and they do find one and you said no, that's worse for you than if you said I plead the fifth. Because if you say no and there is a gun in there,
Right.
there's a reason why you said no.
Because you have a gun in their car.
Yeah. So they're gonna ask you like, are you allowed to have this? Are you this and that? Yeah. The best lawyer in the world tells all of his clients, if the police starts asking you questions, just don't answer. Just literally sit there and just be like, because you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to say anything. Yeah.
Hi, guys. Real quick, we're just doing a fundraiser to help out struggling families in quarantine cities with essential items like masks and gloves. Have a good day.
Yes. So many people are so.
Hey, sir. Real quick before you go, we're just doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus. We're trying to help out families in need with gloves and masks. Do you have a second donation today?
Yeah. So many people feel like they're so intimidated by the police that they have to talk, or they feel like they got to.
Well, the police make people feel
Oh,
intimidated.
they have some.
But then you had those few cases where the person that,
Fundraiser to help out struggling families under quarantine.
like me, one time I ran a stop sign, and it was real dark, and I didn't see the police park because it was the way the light was. So of course now by the time I crossed the stop sign, I see the lights. Cop pulled me over, and he said he was real cool. The cop walked up to the window. He was real cool. He introduced himself. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "What happened back there?" I said, "Man,
Real quick, we're just doing a fundraiser to help out struggling families.
people succeed. You're in America, but you don't speak English.
I said, man, you know, I just found out one of my friends just passed away, got something in my, and I just wasn't zoned in. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. So then he says, license, registration, proof of insurance. So I put out my license, registration, insurance, and as I'm handing it to him, I kind of looked up at him, and I was going to kind of sit there and not say anything else, but I said, you know what? I did run a stop sign. I said, while I'm handing to him, I said, I want you to know, at that time, my license was restricted to and from work. I said, I'm on. So I said, I'm letting you know.
Hey, sir. Real quick before you go. Being a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus to try to help out everyone's in need. Just be able to head out to
So I told him, I said, my license restricted. It's okay.
I've asked real quick for you taking quick donations to help out struggling families in quarantine cities.
Donation para coronavirus y niños for gloves and masks.
donación?
Yes, donation.
Thank you so much.
Gracias, que tenga un buen día. Donation. I always say that wrong.
So he says, well, I see is your car registered?
Anyway, what?
So he asked me, I didn't have my tag on my car. So I went up to the advisor, I said, it's right here. So he said, okay. So he said, hand me that. I handed it to him. So he went back and gets out the car. He sits in the car for about 5 minutes. And he gets his partner come back and talk to him. So I see him hand his partner something.
Oh, he's gonna plan something.
No, I don't know what he handed his partner. I couldn't tell because of where the lights was. So I see his partner go to the back of my car and bend down. I was driving a Honda then, little Honda Accord, 93. And I'm like, I said, man, can I get out? He said, sure. I said, what are you doing? He said, oh, we're putting your tag on the car.
Oh, what do you mean?
They put my tag, put my plates on my car.
Oh, because you had it, but
I hadn't put it on there, that sticker. So
yeah,
I said,
I have it. It's not on my car.
so I said, that's kind of odd. Normally somebody would say something for. He said, well, we wanted to do it. You've been real nice to us. We're going to.
That's what a lot of police have told me before in the past. They're like, the more honest you are, the
Right.
more they understand. Because like, if you're trying to hide it, like, oh, I didn't do anything.
And he said,
wrong, it's
you
did.
and you're being truthful with us. And I had my hospital badge on. Well, I worked at a hospital. And he said, you work at a hospital? I said, yeah, I do security at the time it was Daniel Freeman Hospital. I said, I'm on my way to work there in a little while. And I had
Miss, real quick before you go, we're doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus. We could use that bleach. Anyway, what?
So I had a couple of my other hospital bags hanging on my rear. He said, yeah, I see you work at a hospital. So he said, yeah, it seems like you're being truthful with us. You don't seem like the kind of person that's, he kept saying, you don't seem like the kind of person that's really doing something illegal. So, okay.
You
So he
had it
said,
restricted though?
yeah, I had to restrict because of child support.
Because of what?
Child support. And I wasn't I wasn't paying, but I already went to court, and he said, well, I'll see where you went to court. So when you go to court, make an arrangement, what happens is they release it once you start making the first payment.
Oh, okay.
To where it goes back to normal. If you don't make any payments, then it's restricted where you just go to and from work. So he's okay, just, watch some stop signs, just try to pay more attention. He said, we all understand you maybe have things in your mind, but just try to pay more attention. Because somebody could, by this street not well lit, and you're not paying attention, somebody could have came through and you could have had an accident. He said, what if we'd have been driving through and you would have hit us? Just think about that. I said, yeah, you're right.
I'm a lot off topic, but I actually really hate the system of child care, or what is it?
Child support?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it, it's so messed up. Because sometimes, like, let's say the man or the woman is in a worse state, and then their partner just leaves them, and then they're stuck with all the bills.
Yeah.
But it's like if you really cared about the child's health or whatever, you would just stay together
Yeah.
because you're making it harder on the other person, and it's just like
Now, with my situation, it was the day before our baby shower.
Yeah.
I came home, and I'll take the blame. I said something I shouldn't have said, and it started an argument. I'm gonna take the blame on that. I took the blame for that. I said I'll take the blame for that. Here you go.
Oh my gosh, thanks. You're a gangster. Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right now. So I took the blame for that. But in that argument, the police was called. And of course, the police, what they do is with a domestic, they
Yeah.
separate you. They pulled me outside. I said, okay, I know I'm going to jail. Because when you go inside and talk to the woman, she had 2 kids. So I already knew they were going to say something. So unfortunately, the sergeant came out and said, well, she said you hit her.
Show me. Where's the bruise?
So
And they're gonna
I
keep-
start laughing. Now, she's ready to drop my child. So she's that far along. She's coming close to dropping a baby. So
They took it the wrong way, or
in my mind, I'm going, I would never hit a person unless it's self-defense.
but they took it at him.
Unless I'm defending myself. So second of all, I said, well, Sarge, did you actually see a bruise on her? Because she's light-skinned like you, like your
Yeah.
complexion. So I said, did you see a bruise of any type?
If you really hit her, it
Or
would probably
even
bruise.
just like a red mark.
Yeah.
Or
exactly.
even a red mark or anything.
Like, I would,
The only
like,
problem with
show
that is
him
it could
right
be
away.
So I said, well, first of all, I'm not going to hit a. First of all, I'm not going to hit a pregnant woman. Even if I would, and if I had the right to defend myself, even if I had the right to defend myself, and then to hit a woman, period, I would think about it.
Or just hit a person
Yeah, it would
in
take.
general.
For
It
me,
would take a lot for me to hit somebody like that.
Like if she was coming at me with a bat, then yeah.
Okay, and I mean, I would do what I can to defend myself.
Yeah.
But also too, I would look at her. She's pregnant too,
Yeah.
so I know when women are pregnant, the hormones are different.
Yeah.
So I said I can admit to having an argument or saying something I should have said, but really, really,
And
So I said-
I also hate the child. What is it?
so.
They take the kids away.
Right. So then it came to the point of, I ended up,
So
Put
far.
them in there.
ended up going to jail, ended up getting served with child support purposes while I was in jail because I had to take a plea. Then right before I got out, I was brought back to court where she admitted she lied.
She gave you the one.
She admitted she lied. So I said, and by that time, my daughter was born. So I missed my daughter's birth.
Hey, sir, real quick. Okay.
So instead of the police telling me, get some of my stuff and leaving, they took me to jail. Because it could have been where they could have just told me to leave.
Yeah.
You know.
See, that's where I think like it's like a lot of times people separate just for the money. A lot of times they're just like, oh, I have this kid, but I don't like the person I'm with, so I'm just gonna leave because I'm in a better standing, and then I can have the kid, and they have to pay for me. And it's just like really.
So,
like,
so at the time when we went to court for the child support, the judge saw what I was doing. The judge saw the whole thing. He kicked it out of court. He said, "I'm not filling through file trouble or anything."
I have a question. So if it's male or female, and if they get remarried, do you still have to pay child
Hi,
support?
real quick, we're just doing a
No.
fundraiser to help out children.
Okay, that makes sense because then.
Well, actually, yeah. If it's your child, the spousal support you wouldn't have to pay anymore. If you had charged it with spousal support. But
So if you don't have the child and the girl you're
if
with-
it's my child, I still have to pay child support. Yes.
even if they're married.
Yeah.
That's what I think is bullshit. Because at that point, you have two people.
But now,
providing
but also too, if she gets remarried like I did, I can go in and say, okay, she has an added income in her house.
Yeah,
But she has a new
that's
husband.
In the income, right? Or-
So it's
But I
it basically
think
it can be
I
based.
think it should be
So then when I did that,
Yeah, it should be. But alimony, that's
yeah, that's it. Now if she gets remarried, then you and
I
then
had a friend, her mom decided to stay not married for 15
To get the-
years
to get the alimony.
because she wanted to get the alimony, and then she finally got remarried when she like.
because there, with alimony and spousal abuse, there's a time frame. So you can get it for 15 years. After 15 years,
No
then,
more.
then no more. You can get remarried, right? But if you get before, get married.
Hey, miss, real quick before you go.
Have a good day.
But child support, the way child support is, and I found this out, if she gets remarried, let's say me and her had a child,
Yeah.
but we separate, and she marries you,
Yeah.
and of course I know you got a job, so
Yeah.
I go, hey, her new husband has a job. Now I may not know what kind of job it is.
Doing a fundraiser to help
But you have two people providing.
now you have a new income coming in. So I go to court. I can go in, but they say there's a new income in the house. No matter if you're just a boyfriend or whoever,
Yeah.
there's a new income.
You're lying. You just lying.
Oh, shut up. Get a life. So now we go to court. First we go see a mediator. Mediator said, well, are you remarried? She said, yeah, okay. Well, hey, how much does your new husband make? Now, based off his income, it
Hey,
depends.
Miss, real quick before you go, we're just doing a huge fundraiser for the coronavirus.
Based off your income, depending on how much more it goes down. So let's say hypothetically I'm paying for my one child $400 a month, hypothetically. Now if he makes
15,000.
$15,000, it might go down $50. If he makes $100,000,
Like that's what I mean. Like if you're remarried, you have like a new commitment to having two people pay for one child. And why would you need three? Why would you need
Right.
three? Because I've seen people like let's say your situation, the mother is like living in a mansion and has a brand new flat screen and you're living in the dumps. I'm not saying you aren't, but it's just like you're living in the dumps and you're like, why am I paying these people this much money when they have all this already?
Right.
The guy who's getting married to her knows what he's getting into.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like you're just like, oh, you have a child?
And same for like if the dad kept the kid, like
right,
Yeah, that's
no
what
one
I'm saying.
knows what you're going into too.
right.
Like,
I
you
think
know
if
you're not
automatic marriage, you're committing to one
The,
child.
the days of people working that out is over if you separate. The days of being, instead of me just going to you and say, okay, here's X amount of dollars a month, or here's what I bought for my child. That's over. When women a lot of times
Okay, so just doing a fundraiser to help out struggling families in quarantine cities. I'm sorry. No? Have a good day.
now I've seen some
Bye.
cases
See you
where
later.
see you later, have a good one. Bye bye. I've seen cases where the husband was rich, and
They would never get married because
no, even if she go live with you, and you're rich, and she's got an added income, where the judge dropped the child support case against the father, because now you're living with somebody got money.
yeah.
There
And-
should be that way.
So now he can come to you with whatever. So the judge, I've seen the judge just drop the child support case. I've seen it in those cases, even though they didn't get married, but you're living with him and he has money.
Yeah.
And he can provide.
So now he can provide for everything.
Because otherwise you're just not getting married on purpose to get more money.
Right.
Yeah, that's the total.
'Cause you're
Like,
living-
oh, we've been together for 4 years. Like
Because you're living with a guy that got money. So you're living with a guy that's got money, and then you're getting a $1,000 child support check for one child.
Yeah.
But
So-
also, like, there's common law marriage after 7 years. If you're living with someone for
Right.
7 years, you're married.
You're married. You're technically
By
married, right?
Common law marriage,
Right.
you are married.
Right.
Yeah, you're
That-
just not-
that's why, if you notice,
Haven't, like, done the whole
if
ceremony.
you notice, in order for Kobe's wife to get halved, he had to be legally married 10 years in California. So that's why they got divorced and she got half. So if in any event, unfortunately, something did happen to him, if in the event something happens to him, she's already taken care of. And things can be struck. So something did happen to him. But yeah, like you said, child support system, all that system is,
I hate the child support system because a lot of times they take the children away from the parents and then they're just like in a foster home that abuse them, that
Right.
hate them. I've heard so many stories about them being like abused, raped, and like
Not bad.
do some work, Enrique. Do some work.
yeah, like they're taken away from families that are completely fit, like they've
Yeah.
done nothing wrong, but
Hi, sir.
there's allegations against them. Like,
Right.
oh, I heard beating. It's like, yeah, that was the movie I watched last night.
Right.
You know,
Or the child came with like you said, or the child came with a red mark on their face. No, he fell. He really fell. He
It's like,
really.
yeah, no,
Right. So
Real quick, we're just collecting
so yeah, it's and then now that with child support, now that the state and the county works together, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because it used to be a time where the state and county was separate, but now the state and the county together, the child support system is the worst thing ever. I swear. And they get their piece of the pie off top before you even see the check. And then, like my daughter's mother, that happened to her. She called me complaining. I said, "What you complaining me about? You got them involved. Call them. They're taking their money out that they. She said they can't do that. I said they the state of California can do whatever they want to, but you need to call in because you got them involved. When I was giving her $600 a month for my daughter at the time. I was giving her $600 a month. But now, people feel all they see is a green light. Oh, he's making this kind of money? Oh, I'm gonna go run through the light. Don't realize it messes you up at the end of the whole thing.